Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors, Hazella Bake Shop and Jamie Yaney of Mortgage First Corporation. For more information on Jamie Yaney and Mortgage First, go to jamie@mortgagefirstcorp.com and email her today. And for more information on Hazella Bake Shop and their delicious goods on Main Street in Lebanon, Oregon, go to hazellabakeshop.com. Good morning, everybody. Wow, or whatever time of day it is for you. My guest today is not morning, it's afternoon for her, but I'm so excited to be here today. You know, it's been a fabulous Christmas season amidst some challenges and some things happening, but all is good because you know what? We choose the life that we want to live. I always say, just like my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. Every day life happens and then you choose. So I'm so happy that you chose to be here on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie today. And I have a great guest. Nasreen Adam is incredible, and she's going to be with us here very shortly, tell you all about herself. But first, I wanted to remind you who I am. And if you don't know, my name is Russ Hedge, and I love people. I love to connect. You can connect with me at russhedge.com. I'm going to say that right off the top. russhedge.com, simple way. All of my connection points from social media, email to my phone number to straight to my calendar. Schedule time to meet with me. I would love to meet with you if I have not already. So please connect with me today. Anyway, this is Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, which happens every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're here every Monday and Thursday, and we would love to have you join us. Please spread the word. Share this out. If you enjoy this content, please share it with other people. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube page. That would be awesome. Love to have you. That has all of the past content as well as the future shows coming up. It'll alert you when those come. So that is great. We're live every week on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on YouTube. So you can get us any of those places every week on Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. So glad about that. Again, I told you about being the author of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. I think if those of you that listen on a regular basis have heard that enough. But if you haven't already received your book, and it's not too late to give a gift, go to Amazon or any of the online booksellers. You can buy a copy of my book, and I'd love to encourage you with that. There's even a companion workbook you can pick up on Amazon that will help you get the full value out of learning to live the life you choose. Don't live befuddled, live the life you choose. So get out there and do that. Also, just want to remind you that I also have with my good friend and co-host D. Scott Smith every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, The Experience live with Russ and Scott. So don't forget to miss out on don't miss out on that. Don't forget it and don't miss out. There you go. I can say it. So anyway, so excited about everything going on, and the comments are already blowing up. So we're just going to get started here. I'm going to bring Nasreen in, and we're going to have a good time. Here she is, Nasreen Adam.
Woo-hoo. Hi, Russ. Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you? Or should I say good afternoon? Good.
There you go.
Almost
good
evening.
Afternoon to you. Yeah. And who knows what time of day it is? We have people tuning in that I know are at all different times of the day. Morning for me, afternoon for you. I know
That's
that my good
amazing.
friend and teammate Ever, it is time to go to bed for her. So it's late,
Ooh,
late at night. So who knows? It's sometime in the day. And so
yes,
just appreciate wherever you are,
wherever you
whatever
are.
time it is for tuning in. So,
Absolutely,
well,
absolutely.
well, Nazreen, I was just asking you about Christmas and the holiday season, how that went, and you were telling me how quickly things blew by, but you had fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Always have fun, no matter what, and keep
I
it
love it.
real.
That's it. That's it. Well, I'm
I
so
mean, like,
glad.
look at it now. We're waiting for the year end. I mean, it's gonna be New Year's Eve on Friday and
Oh
a
my
new year
goodness.
on Saturday. And it's like, where did the time go?
Right, I know it. It goes by so, so fast. And that's why
Fast, yeah.
we have to enjoy every moment. We have to live our
Absolutely,
life and enjoy it while we can. And you
absolutely.
know, I know the amazing things that you're up to, but our guest today may not. So give everybody a snapshot into Nasreen Adam's life and what you're up to.
Well, currently, what I get involved in a lot is animal work and being a support structure for people that suffer with invisible illnesses. Because what I've noticed is when anybody has an invisible illness, they tend to get depressed easily or anxious or stressed because people don't generally believe that you have an illness because they'll tell you, oh, you look fine, or it's all in your head. So people suffer in silence. So it shouldn't be that way. I mean, when I got diagnosed with my lupus and stuff, I wanted to be a support structure for people because I know what I went through. So I wouldn't want somebody else to go through that. So I get involved with a lot of that kind of work, helping people out, getting them connected with the right people if they need this kind of a support, if they need some kind of counseling, if they need to see a certain type of a doctor. So we refer them in which directions to go to. And also the animal care, it's where basically my son and I, we feed a lot of strays, and we also pick up deceased cats, particularly because I'm picking them up in my car, and we give them a proper burial. So we just don't want anybody to be left out, and we made sure that they had a good festive season also, so that they were taken care of too.
Right. Well,
That's a nutshell of what I've been doing.
it's caring about people, and you are so good at that. And I liked what you were talking about. You don't want people to suffer in silence. I think a lot of
Yeah.
times people think that they are all alone, they're by
Yes.
themselves, and nobody else has this problem. And
Yes.
when you're dealing with different things, like you have lupus and other people have other
Yeah.
challenges, and I know that personally from family members that are
Yeah.
they're having challenges. And so how do you work at giving them support other than being the warm, kind, loving person you are?
They can always reach out to me. A lot of people reach out to me on Facebook, and then my number goes around through different networks to say that, Nasreen has lupus and she's been through this. Like last year, I had COVID, and I know so many people were so afraid because they were like, I've got comorbidities and this is going to happen to me. So I wrote a story and I put it on different social media platforms for people to read. And people reached out that, hey, you know what, I've got lupus. Oh, hey, I've got arthritis, or I've got this and that. You've given me hope. So when they reach out to me, especially on WhatsApp, I'm a lot on WhatsApp because it's easier for people to connect with me there. Um, I generally speak to them, let them vent, take out whatever they want to, see what they need. Sometimes they need to see, like if a person has arthritis or lupus, they'll need a rheumatologist. So get them on the right path to the right doctor to get the right treatment. Sometimes they may need counseling, so they may need a psychologist, or they may have a skin problem and then they need to see a certain dermatologist. So just getting them in the right path, it's so much of a de-stressor. And then you get some of the cases where the people become suicidal, and that's very difficult. I mean, I know the ones I came across this lady. I was actually picking up my medication, and the lady says to me, "You've got lupus." I said, "Yes, I do." And then she explained to me about her cousin, and she says, "Is it okay if I give her your number, or can you take hers and contact her?" I said, "No problem at all." And for 2 weeks, without fail, I spoke to this lady every day, just being there for her to show her that, you know what, there's still life out there. You can have any illness. It's not the end of the world. It's not a death sentence. You don't look at what you no longer cannot do. You still look at what you can do. And she wanted to have a baby. And I said, why is that impossible? It's still a possibility. And up till this day, that was like, I think 3-4 years ago, her mom thanks me up till this day to say that, you know what, my child is here today because of you. And they're going to have a baby.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I love what you said. No matter
Yeah.
what's going on, life goes on. You can
Yeah.
still enjoy the life that you have. And, going back, first of all, let me just say, live on the air to you and to everybody, you and I have to connect on WhatsApp. I love being able to do that because I'm a great texter. And
Yes.
it's so nice to be able to communicate with people no matter where they are in the world. And so I love to
Absolutely.
utilize that. My cell phone is on russhedge.com, so you can just
Yeah.
connect to me that way. So love to have
Sure.
you, Nasreen, reach out, and anybody else that I'm not connected with, please connect to
Sure.
me on WhatsApp because I love to be able to communicate that way. But
That's awesome.
I think that it's so important. It doesn't matter where you are. You're in South Africa. What part of South
Yeah.
Africa are you in again?
Durban, East
You're
Coast.
in, okay, East Coast. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. You can still
Absolutely.
be support for people because of the technology we have today, that being able to
Absolutely.
communicate. And like you said, a lot of times people just need your reassurance, just need your confidence so that they don't have to worry about what's
Yes.
going on, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if I show you a list of the conditions that I have, people ask me, how do you still make it a joke and you laughing? I mean, like, the illnesses don't control me, I
Right.
control them, you know? So, I mean, like, if you know, lupus is an autoimmune disease. So, with it, I've got overlapping mixed connective tissue diseases. And I think the only organs in my body that are unaffected right now are my kidneys and my brain. But otherwise, my lungs are involved, my heart, my liver, my skin, bones, muscles, nerves, blood, everything. And some of these people are like, you just take it so casually. I said, it's there. If you're going to stress about it, that's when you're going to get sick. So you just have to accept it. That's the first thing you do, is accept it. Once you accept it, you feel that energy coming out of you that, hey, you know what? I'm going to beat this. I mean, another thing I'll tell you was 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with gangrene on my left index finger. And the only thing that I heard was that they're going to cut my finger, amputate, and then I could lose my hand. And that was a stressor because the work that I do requires my hands. And how was I going to cope? But I didn't give up. It's been a grueling 6 months. And with the help of so many friends and family telling me, do this treatment, do that treatment, but don't give up, 98% cured of gangrene without having to go through the amputation. It's just not, it's about not giving up and
Right.
accepting that it's there and finding ways to cope. It's so important.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you, that is so critical. Don't give up. I mean,
Yeah.
that is the important thing, is to have a positive attitude moving forward. Not about loving what's happening to you, but
Yes. Yes.
realizing you can fight. You still have life. You don't have to give up. There's still great things ahead that you can do, and that
Absolutely.
is, Nasreen, that is so incredible. I mean,
Absolutely.
what a wonderful, wonderful service to people, just
Yeah.
alone of you being a support system for them. And so how did you get started with doing this? Did you get into it because of the challenges you had?
Um, I've always been around different. I mean, like, my mom and dad were had different illnesses, so I got to be around support groups with them from a very young age. I mean, even my grand and my great grand. My
Uh-huh.
mom first was in 1985. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then she had a single mastectomy. So I used to be in support groups with her from the age of 8. And I was always around people. So I got to that part where I, knew about helping people and listening to people. So you develop that sympathetic and empathetic ear of, because, you want to help people, you really want to help them. And then my dad had a heart attack, so he was a cardiac patient. So I needed to be around him. I used to go with him to his support groups. Then they both became diabetic, so I was in a different support group. So I got to connect with people, listening, and getting to understand these things. Then my mom had gotten a stroke, and the third stroke she had gotten bedridden. So, and it gave me a different sense of wanting to help people. So helping different type people with different illnesses. And then somebody needed to know, like, hey, I don't understand my illness. And sometimes that we're afraid to ask the doctors, but could you maybe help me? No problem. Let me see if I don't understand something. I'll get the correct information and get it to you. And that's how I started doing it. So like from I think I was 7, my dad got me an encyclopedia. It was called Your Medical Guide, and it had different conditions. It had treatments and symptoms. So from the age of 7, I was reading all this stuff, and I've always wanted to help people, with regards to illnesses, because they always, people are suffering alone. So I didn't want that to happen. And that's how I got into that. And then when I got diagnosed, I realized that with invisible illnesses, people can be very nasty, because I've been told many times that, hey, but you don't look sick, maybe it's in your head. You're lazy, you need to get out more. And I'm an outgoing person. I'm a sociable person. And it's not that. It's just that, like I use the analogy of a grape and a raisin. So a person with an invisible illness is a grape on the outside, but feels like a raisin on the inside. So that gives a person an understanding of what they're going through. I mean, there's so many conditions that are invisible. You get your depression, you get your diabetes or hypertension, you get your autoimmune diseases. I mean, even a cardiac problem is an invisible illness, but people don't see it that way. And that's after I got my lupus, I got connected with people from abroad also. I mean, a lot of ladies from the US, and we were part of different support groups, and we all started on Facebook. And, just being a support structure, because sometimes a person's crying and they come online and they'll say that, I'm not having a good day today, and this is what happened. And what prednisone does to you, and you can relate, but you having a good day. So you be the support structure for that person, because, you want to pick them up so that they stop crying and then they have a good day. And then that's how we kept on going and going and going. And that's one of the ways that I started with
People don't
invisibility.
realize, people just don't realize, Nasreen, how important that is. I mean,
Yeah,
you're amazing that you are, everybody says, what can I do? How can I help people? There you
yeah,
go. Just what you're talking about. You just
absolutely.
need to be able to listen, reach out, help maybe do a little research, help them find places,
Yes,
give them a loving ear and a friendly hand when they need it, whatever. And everybody's
absolutely.
going through stuff. I mean, we all have situations. None of us have
Absolutely.
the perfect lives, right? I mean, we've all got stuff
Absolutely.
going on, but you don't wallow in that right now.
Yes.
I I was just ready to have a blessed Christmas and have a great time, and we did. My family was all together, and that was the
That's so good.
super blessing. But
Yes.
I didn't mention that, a few days before Christmas, my son got COVID. He came to visit,
Yes.
and then the entire family but me got my
Yeah.
wife for the second time. And
Oh
so
gosh.
we've been dealing with that all the way through
Yes.
this. But you know what? Life goes on. It's okay. Everybody's okay. Everybody's
Yes.
slowly but surely going to get better, and all is good.
Absolutely.
But the thing is it doesn't really matter what's happening. It's how you perceive it, your mindset,
Yes.
and what you're choosing to do with that. Because yes, it's a bummer. We have to acknowledge it's a bummer.
Yes.
It's not good. We're not trying to shine over bad things happening. It's not good. But you can take that and then move in a positive direction, right?
Absolutely. 100%. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, this lady that I had come across, that had lupus, was diagnosed in 1979. And at that point, nobody knew what it was. And she says to me, she went through the worst of it, but there's three things that she always followed, and that stuck with me, is that no matter what you go through, you always keep the faith, stay positive, and never give up.
Right.
Those are three
Right.
things that I follow wholeheartedly, and that what she said to me, it stuck with me. And then we always tell people, you educate others on the unknown. In that way, you are saving a life and you are saving a soul. So if
Right.
you put all that together, it's like anybody can follow that. It's so simple. Whatever religion you are, you keep the faith, you stay
That's
positive,
right.
and you never give up.
Oh my goodness. Totally, totally, totally agree. Right here, Inger, our great friend, you and I, she is saying you're amazing. It's true. You are doing amazing things. And Joseph is seconding that. And it's interesting because Joseph said this comment a while back. most cry in silence. We need to do more. We need to let
Absolutely.
people know that it's okay to realize that things aren't okay. Because I think I've heard
Yes.
that statement. I like it. It's okay not to be okay.
Yes. Yes.
And it's hard for people like me. I'm a positive, upbeat, everything is good kind of guy, right? But there's times when everything is not good, and it's okay not
Yes.
to be okay. It's
Yes.
where we go from there. It's the phrase that I love. Life happens, and then we choose, because life deals us some negative, not good things. Absolutely, it does.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
then we get to choose to move forward in a positive direction. We have in this room my good friend David Riley, and he suffers. He has issues that he deals with all the time. All
Yes.
of us, the things that you're dealing with and helping people, it's incredible. But I just think that we just need to remember we don't have to stay there, right? It's
Absolutely.
okay not to be
Absolutely.
okay, but we don't have to stay there, and we can move in a
Yes.
positive way.
100%. And it comes down to like it's being kind. And I always say be kind to all souls, because it's, I mean, with me, I'm working with humans and the animals. So I say be kind to all souls. People just want somebody to listen to. It's like if you're in a call center and you come across an irate customer, they just want somebody to listen to what they have to say. So you give them their time on the phone, they vent. Once there's a pause, then you can speak. So it's the same thing when it comes to any illness. A person just needs somebody to listen and acknowledge what they're going through. How do you know what somebody's going through? By them saying it to you that, hey, you know what, today my head hurts in a very odd way and I feel super fatigued. But then they'll be like, but that's just being tired. And when a person has, for instance, maybe like lupus or another autoimmune disease, the fatigue that they feel is different from the other person. And when a person if they have a weak immune system, when they get the normal flu, they get it like 10 times worse. So you need to just listen to them, acknowledge and support them. When you support them, they automatically from within start feeling that light of healing. So you're giving them that first step to heal already by just acknowledging them and saying that, you know what, I'm there for you, I hear you. Don't knock them down and say those things that people say, oh, maybe you should get out today and get some fresh air. But that's not what they need at that point. Tell
Yeah,
them, you know
yeah.
what, let's put a movie on, let's watch something that makes you laugh, and have a chocolate. Chocolates are good for you.
Well, you know what? I love that, because diverting our attention and redirecting our focus. So my good friend Lionel Wilson was
Yes.
just commenting, and thanks for the comment there, Lionel. But he
Yeah.
is the mind is so powerful, and he and I have discussions. He actually lives in my local area, been a good friend for a long time, and
Yeah.
we talk about the mind and the power that it has when you redirect your focus. And sometimes, Nasreen, you hit the nail
Yes.
right on the head. You just need to redirect it to something fun, right? You
Yes,
need to be
absolutely.
focused on doing some things that make you laugh, make you smile,
Yes.
and do things. This, direct yourself onto this wonderful online community who loves you and
Yes.
who cares about you, and people that are
Absolutely.
reaching out. Go somewhere in a positive direction. Again, yes, it's okay not to
Absolutely.
be okay, but don't stay there. Do something positive. And
About it.
just a while back, I think that Joseph was asking, let's see if I can find that. What's next? Where is that? Yes, the next step. And you were saying that. So you're listening. You're really helping them have somebody to be able to share that with, right? You're giving them permission. Then you are actually helping redirect them, or you're directing them and giving them positive places to go, because it's
Yeah.
okay we need to find doctors and resources and things to help with what's going on to us. And people that have challenges with that, or
Absolutely.
that are depressed, or really having such a rough time, need somebody to help them do that. The next
Absolutely.
steps are helping and loving people, right? Helping and loving people and
Absolutely.
pointing them in the right direction.
And like I said, if you got that kind streak in you, that automatically just comes out and you want to help people. It's, and there's a lot of old people out there also that need help. And how difficult is it to say to somebody, can I help you? Or may I help you? I mean, I used to work once in a call center, and there was a lady going for an endoscope, and she was petrified because somebody said to her that that camera is all jagged and it's going to bruise her throat. She's not going to be able to eat for like 2 weeks. She was so scared. And she must have been like 65, 68. And then I said to her, I'll explain to you that I had gone for one. And this is what happened. And I came out of there and I had rusks. And I told her a rusk is not something that's soft. Even if you dip it in tea, it's still not super soft. But it went down my throat. So the camera didn't do that damage. And, I gave her hope. She had gone for a scope and she called the call center a week later. And it's a virtual platform, so you could end up anywhere in South Africa, until she got through to the Durban call center to say that, I want to speak to Nasreen. And then she got through to me and she says, I want to invite you to my home and for this, and this. So I said to no, that's not necessary. We're not allowed to, but all I want to hear is that you're fine. And she says, you made it so easy. You made it so easy. I wasn't afraid. I was relaxed at that table and I was calm and it went so smoothly. I just wanted to say, thank you so much. And I said, you are like a mother to me. And I'm just happy to hear that, everything worked out for you. And that makes me happy. And she insisted that, come over. I said, I can't because we're not allowed to, but I will take your prayers.
Well, sometimes it's just a matter of stepping out and making ourselves available and letting people know, right?
Absolutely.
People appreciate you so much, Nasreen, because you're available and you care and you can just see it. Caring and love just oozes from you for people, right? People know you care just by the way you are. And I think what is amazing is that you are taking action on that. You're taking your God-given gifts and abilities. You're taking action. And that's one thing I want to encourage everybody today. You all are unique, amazing people. And you all
100%.
have amazing, unique individual talents. And you need to reach out and let people know. This right now, the chat, there is so much good love and connection going on, right? That's what we need to continue to do in our life, not just here in the chat, but actually reaching out to people. And that is if we can't do it, like Nasreen says, if you can't do it in person, get on a Zoom call, get on a WhatsApp chat, get on whatever you have available to you, and get out there and connect with people. Tell them you care. Ask people. This is I think the number one secret to life. I go to Nasreen and say, Nasreen, how are you doing? And she knows me well enough. She can go, well, I'm keeping a positive attitude, but I'm not really having a good day. This has been a little bit of a struggle for me. And so I go, hey, well, tell me what's going on. I can pray for you. I can do whatever. And then she says, okay. And then she kind of gives me some information. It gives her somebody to talk to, gives her somebody that cares about what's going on in her life. And that we get off the phone, Nasreen, and I know if it's me, if I'm in your position, I'm like, wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. I've had people do that to me, and I just want to break down and cry because they knew and cared enough. They knew what was going on, and they cared enough to reach out to me. And I thought that's amazing.
Absolutely. And it's okay to cry. People sometimes feel that crying is a sign of weakness. Never, ever. It's relieving you of tension, and sometimes it makes you feel better. So just release. The main thing is to just release. I'm always on WhatsApp. People that know me know I don't sleep much. It's like maybe like 2 to 3 hours a night. So sometimes people may feel like speaking late in the night because that's when they feel comfortable. I'll be there, so that they can be comfortable also, so it's about being there for somebody when they need you.
Right. And you know what, Nasreen, I got to tell you, I'm just going to say this on the air right now. David Riley is a good friend. He's a good friend of mine, and my friend D. Scott Smith, who's there in the comments. And David is in Scotland, and he really needs friends. And he does. I mean that in a good way. He needs people that care and want to reach out. And
Yeah,
so I would reach out to David for sure, connect with him. He is
I
such,
will
David, you
for
are a
sure.
wonderful, loving man and a great individual. And I appreciate you so much. I'm going to say that right here on the air. I appreciate everybody here, but I just want to tell you, I know David has some challenges, and he
Yeah,
just really appreciates the time. So you
yes,
guys make sure and connect with him. So we've got all
absolutely.
kinds of people. I normally don't shout out everybody, but man, Joseph has been just putting some real gems up there. Mic drops over and over and over. Jenny Gold, who also, Jenny has her challenges, has not been shy about that. By the way,
Yeah,
I don't normally make commercials for people, but there is a GoFundMe to help Jenny. If you're able and willing, you can check that out. But it's a lot of medical expenses and things. And you know what? It's the
yeah,
giving season. If you have an opportunity, I shared that on LinkedIn as well. But if you have an opportunity and you have the resources available, you know what? You don't have to give money, but if you have
yeah,
it and you're able, it's always a blessing. So I just want to throw that out there for anybody that wants to help Jenny Gold. I'm sure
absolutely.
it'll be easy to find that. And I'm sure that probably my wonderful, wonderful friend and teammate will magically make it appear here in the comments, the link to that. But yeah, so many great people. And you know, Ingrid's here, Aya, Usama, Elizabeth. Oh my goodness, I don't even know. There's so many. I'm going to miss a million of them, but just appreciate everybody. D. Scott, man, you're such a good friend. Appreciate you. And so you
Yeah,
guys being actively engaged and involved is the key to community, building community. The key to what
absolutely.
Nasreen is saying, when we have community, helping and reaching out to other people. And Nasreen, you are an amazing individual.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited about all that you're doing just from our conversation. But unfortunately, I have to be the bad guy and tell you it's time to wrap up because the podcast is drawing to a close. But anyway,
This
I
was cool.
appreciate you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Yeah, you're
I
so
enjoyed
welcome.
it.
You're invited back. In fact, if Emily was here, she'd be laughing at me because I'm always saying we're gonna do a part two. But you and I, as soon as we get off, we're gonna schedule a part two because I want to talk some more. I want
Sure.
to have a little bit more time. And clearly, people are very engaged with all of the things that you are doing, and the love
Yeah,
that you're sharing with people. And that is just really what life is all about, right? Caring and sharing and loving people.
absolutely.
And I
Life
want
is
you
too
all,
short. We have one life to live. Live it well, live it happy, and just go for it.
yeah. Oh my,
Always
well said.
smile.
There you go. And always smile. I can't say it better than that. So we're just going to mic drop and we're going to end with that. So Nazarena, hey, listen, thank you. I
Yeah.
do appreciate
Thank you so
you.
much.
Give us really, if you have any other last words to say, let us know. And also make sure and let us know your contact information so people can reach
Okay.
out to you. We'll have that in the show
Sure.
notes too.
Sure. Well, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. Drop me a DM, I'll respond, then we can connect on WhatsApp. However, and like I said, always keep the faith, stay positive, never give up. Educate others on the unknown, so you'll be saving a life and you're saving a soul.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And please check the comments for all the great stuff going on. The
I
GoFundMe
will, I can see it.
information is
Yeah.
there. There's just so many things. Here's Nazreen's connection information. It will be there and in the show notes. And yes, everybody, smile, enjoy life in spite of what's going on. Your conditions do not define you. So get out
Yes,
there and enjoy life
absolutely.
no matter what. And Nazreen, hang tight. I'm going to send you to the green
Sure.
room and say goodbye, but we're going to talk again in just a minute. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye,
Yes.
everybody.
Okay. See you later. Oh, I love that. I love that. You know, I am blessed beyond, I'm just blessed beyond belief. And it makes me tear up. Sorry. With the wonderful people that I get to meet, the people that are blessing you and other people out there, the people that bless me in just hearing the wonderful things that they're doing. And they encourage and inspire me. I am an inspiration specialist. I love to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose driven life of significance, to be a world changer, be a difference maker. And I love it when I meet people like Nazreen who are doing that every day of their lives, in spite of what's going on around them. They're not doing it just to get a pat on the back. She's doing it in spite of the challenges that she's having. and she wants to reach out to you today. So her contact information is all here in the comments and the show notes. Please reach out to her. Please reach out to each other the people in this chat. Amazing people from all over the world. You know, my good friend Lionel Wilson is right here next to me. But we have Aya in Cairo, Egypt. We have Usama in Cyprus. We have Inger up in Toronto, Canada. We have David over in Scotland. We have Ever in Manila, the Philippines. We have people all over the world today. And you know what? It's people caring about each other. It's people reaching out, loving each other, and helping each other no matter where they are. So today, before I totally break down and cry, I just want to tell everybody how much I appreciate you. There's so many comments, I can't get to them all. I'm going to probably roll a few more here as I'm talking, but blessings to everybody. You know, remember, you do get to live the life you choose. What we talked about today is really about living the life you choose in spite of your circumstances. Don't live, as I always say, a befuddled life where you're out of sorts, you're lacking focus, you're caught up in the negative things of life. Live the life you choose. Be positive, and happiness forever. Yes, Aya, that is so great. I love that. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm Russ Hedge. Every Monday and Thursday, Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. We're here. Love you guys to join in. Love for you to share this. This has been such amazing content. Please share this with your friends. And until we see you again, which will be this coming Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, have a great day and a great life. Talk to you soon. Peace out.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.